Sagittarius, thanks for visiting. And if you like this reading, as I always say, I know I always say this, please like or subscribe or leave a comment only if you would like to. And I have everything ready. I'm going to start your reading for lovely, 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 lovely Sagittarius people. The first card you have for your past is Judgment. So what I'm seeing here is something that you put aside, and then this is like a resurrection. This is like reviving something. That's what I'm seeing. This is when all these judgment cards, when all, you know, what's done is done, the past is the past, and these people are kind of reviving again. This is going into a new world. This is kind of, you know, the angel has the trumpet and they blow their trumpet and everyone comes up and resurrects, kind of thing. So I'm seeing that this is about what happened. You put something to rest, I'm seeing, a while ago, some time ago, and this is an old situation. It might have been a love situation, and you tried to put all of these feelings that came with this to rest. You tried to put a lid on everything. You tried to close it off. Maybe this was a bad breakup. Maybe this was someone who you were seeing, or you decided you weren't going to see them anymore. Maybe they broke up with you or something, but you decided to put all those old feelings out of your mind. You put everything to rest. And when this all happened, it made a really big impact on you. It was really, really difficult. Because I'm seeing that when you were first with this person, it was very intense. It was a very strong, intense feeling. It was like you had this, it was a very, very intense relationship, or whatever this was in the very beginning. And you had a lot of problems in this relationship, and you always tried to, it's like you stayed with them for a lot longer than you thought you should have, because you're always kind of remembering that initial feeling, and you always wanted to try to get back to that feeling again. It was like, I remember how we were when we started. It was really good. I remember how I felt, and I wanted to get back to that feeling again, and it didn't quite happen for you. So I'm seeing that this kind of ended, or whatever happened a long time ago, or whenever it was, and you put kind of a lid on everything, and you tried to move on, and you made a big effort to try and move on from this, but you did it. You did it. You tried to be busy. You tried to do a whole lot of other things to try and kind of fill up that gap. But then after a whole lot of time, after that time, then you suddenly started to think about this person again. It's like this person came back into your mind again. You started thinking about things. Maybe you were reanalyzing old situations or things that happened between you. I'm not seeing you doing this deliberately, and it's not like you're saying to yourself, oh, I want to go back to this person again, I'm going to start thinking about them. It just happened in your mind, and I'm seeing that a lot of things were triggering old memories, triggering it, this all off for you again. I'm not even making sense. A lot of things that were coming into your head, feelings, triggering memories triggering feelings, all of that kind of thing was happening to you again. So that started, that kind of snowballed, this thinking about this person again. This is after you thought you'd put a lid on everything. It was kind of starting to open up again. So I'm not seeing you kind of, yes, you probably weren't over them. You probably didn't come to terms with this properly. You just filled up this terrible feeling with a whole lot of new activities, but you hadn't quite healed from them properly. That's what I'm seeing. Yeah, so you weren't upset, you weren't kind of crying, and it wasn't that extreme. But maybe at this time you're rethinking things, you're reconsidering this person again. You're just remembering things, thinking things, and opening it up again in your mind. That's what I'm seeing. The next card you have for your past is the Queen of Cups. So yes, this is all about your emotions. So you're probably thinking a lot about this person. You might have even been daydreaming about this person. Not in an intense way. You weren't kind of feeling so intense, but it was like, this person might have popped into your head at random times, and you might have heard music that made you remind you of them, or things you saw, or things people said. It was all kind of coming back to you again. It was like it was flooding back to you. So yes, I'm seeing you're also very, very busy at this time, especially at work. You're very busy around your work at this time, and you might have found it difficult to concentrate on your work sometimes because this person was popping back into your head. And yes, you're getting everything done, there wasn't any problem, but you had to try and steer yourself back or force yourself back into concentrating. Every time your mind would wander, it was like you'd say to yourself, no, I have to go back and concentrate on what I need to concentrate on. But this, I'm seeing you've had other relationships, you've had different relationships, but this person is the person that you kept on thinking about. This is the person who you went through a lot with. You went through a lot with this person. You went through a lot in your personal life when you're with this person, and they stood by you at this time. So you're remembering all of those times. You're remembering all of that at this time. The last card you have your past is the Two of Wands. So yes, again, you actually did do a really good job of trying to move on from this person. I'm seeing, yes, you're keeping very busy. I'm seeing that all again, doing all sorts of new things. But, the memory of this person, the memory was like a shadow behind you. That's what I'm seeing in this card. The man in this card, he's looking forwards. He has the world in his hands, you can see that, and he's looking out at the world. He's thinking, I need to go out, I need to do new things, I need to progress. What can I do? I have to be busy, I need to go out and do this and that. But this wand is behind this man, and it's bolted to the wall. It's not moving, it can't be moved. So no matter what this man does or tries to do or what he thinks he's going to do, this wand is still there behind him like a shadow. And that's how this person is to you. This person's behind you in everything you do. No matter what you do, this person is still there in your mind. The first card you have for your present is the Wheel of Fortune. So yes, I keep on seeing you being really, really busy in your work, and you could be studying as well, actually, or you could be learning something new. I'm seeing this as the beginning. This might be the start. You might be just about to start some studying or something like that. I'm seeing, I hope this is going to make sense, but I'm seeing that, yes, quite often what you do is to forget. I'm trying to express what I'm seeing. Yes, what you do is, it's like, I'm seeing this Wheel of Fortune and it kind of goes around and around and around. So it's like a circle. So what you do is you'll go through a bad situation. I see this happening quite a lot. This repeats itself quite a lot in your life. If you go through a bad situation, like a bad breakup or something terrible happens to you, you try and, rather than sit there with it and try and get over it and keep quiet and kind of sit there and feel the pain and get through that, you never quite get over it because you jump into new things. And it's like a cycle. You're going through this bad time and you say, right, I'm going to get busy. I'm going to get into this new project. I'm going to go to a new person. I'm going to do this. And it cycles around, and it's really exciting in the beginning. And after a while, when it's less exciting, the old thoughts and the old feelings come back into your head. And then you start a new thing, or you try to forget about it. And you can't fill up your heart. You can't fill up what's missing with new things. You need to try and resolve the old problems before you can move on and jump into new things. And I think that's what I'm seeing with this Wheel of Fortune. It's kind of cycling around quickly before you're ready before you've healed properly, before you're ready to do that. It's like you're jumping into new things before you're ready. That's what I'm seeing. And the Wheel of Fortune can also be about ups and downs, emotions, backwards and forwards. So again, if this resonates, try to deal with your feelings around this person in the Judgment card if you can. Because what's happened, I'm seeing, is you've jumped into all these new things to try and get over it, and you haven't quite resolved whatever it is. So it might be that you just have to resolve this on your own and get over this on your own. Try and feel these feelings, work out what they're for, why you're going through this, and try and get over this in some way. It might be that you need to tell them something, or you need to communicate with them. There might be something you want to say to them. Try to do that if that's what it is. Or it might be that you want to get back together with this person. I don't know. But you need to resolve this in some way instead of just running around being busy trying to forget about it. That's what I'm seeing in the Wheel of Fortune. The next card you have, your present, is the Eight of Pentacles. Here we are again. Here you are. You're busy. You're working. I'm actually seeing two specific things that you have your attention on. And yes, again, I know I'm repeating myself, but this is what I keep on seeing all through this reading. This man on this card, he's obviously working very hard. He's totally by himself. He's blocking the world out. This is the 8 of Pentacles. So the 8 is an infinity symbol. When you look at the number 8, it's infinity. So you're thinking about this person, and your work isn't blocking it out properly. You're trying to block things out with your work, but it's not working. You keep on thinking of this person. And I'm thinking about number 8. I'm thinking about a figure 8. I'm thinking about the infinity symbol. And I'm seeing memories of this person going around and round in your head like a loop. They're looping around like a figure 8, going around and around. And putting your head down and working, getting into projects, seeing new people, running around, starting new things is not going to get this person out of your head. You're going to have to either heal or resolve this in some way. The last card you have for your present is the 3 of Swords. Yes, nobody likes to see this card. This is the heartbreak card. Yes, this could be a complicated situation. If you do think about going back and talking to this person again and seeing them, there's some kind of complication around it, because it could be that you're seeing someone. I'm seeing a third person. You could be seeing someone, or you could have someone that you're talking to or you're interested in, or you could be in a relationship with someone, or they could be seeing someone. So there's like a complicated situation around this. If it is you that's seeing someone, what I'm seeing is your heart's divided by these swords, and there's you and 2 other people. That's what I'm seeing when I'm looking at this. So there's a very complicated situation. And yes, if this resonates, and you're in a love situation with one person but you're missing another person, you might have to come clean. You might have to cut them out, and you might have to just spend some time completely on your own, because it's not fair. If you're with one person and you're thinking about another person, you want to be with them and you're missing them, it's not fair on the person you're with. So at least get some time on your own for a while to sort out your head around this situation. That's what I'm seeing. The first card you have for your future is the 6 of Pentacles. So this is about, balance, evening things up, things that are unfair, making an uneven situation even. There's someone around you who someone's going to need your help, I'm seeing at this time. There was a time where you had to help this person. This was in your more distant past. This is a completely different person. This isn't the same person in the 3 of Swords. This is someone completely different. It might be a relative. But you relied on this person a while ago, and you might have borrowed money, because I'm seeing this is something around money. It's something about you needed help money-wise, and they helped you. So now your situation is a lot better than it was at this time, and this person might need some kind of financial help from you. So it might be that you actually do lend them money or give them money or something, but it might be another kind of financial help as well. It could be that you might give up some of your time to help them. Or it might be that you give up your expertise, you help them with something. Whatever this is, it might help them save money in some way, or stop them from having to hire someone. You might help them with something. It might be, yes, again, I'm seeing this is probably a family member, and I'm seeing technology around this too. So you might be setting something up for them to help them save money, or you might be doing some research on the internet for them or something like that with something. So there's some kind of you were helped and now you're helping this person, and you're happy to do this. The next card you have for your future is the Fool. Okay, so don't be angry. Yes, you could be connecting with this person again. You could be connecting with this person who you were thinking about, who you can't get off your mind. This communication, this connection, I'm seeing this coming from you. Now, this contact is going to come from you. That's what I'm seeing. I'm also seeing there could be a fight happening between your heart and your head at this time. I'm looking at the dog in this card, and he's barking at this man. He's trying to stop him from falling off a cliff, obviously, and the Fool is jumping off and trying to do whatever he wants. I'm seeing you wanting to go backwards to talk to this person, but you're going backwards and forwards on whether you're actually going to do it or not. You might be thinking, right, I have to go with my heart. My heart tells me I need to go and talk to this person. And then the other part of your mind is like this little dog saying, no, don't do that. That's silly. No, don't go backwards again. Just keep moving forwards. You're foolish. Don't do that. So you're going backwards and forwards in your head, backwards and forwards. But I am seeing that you will probably contact them again. So, this isn't set in stone. You might hear this and remember what I've said at this time when it comes up, and you might change your mind. I don't know what's going to happen at that time, but you are thinking that that's what you're going to be doing at that time. This is how I'm seeing you going to be feeling at this time in your future. You might act on it, or you might end up changing your mind, but this is what you're going to be wanting to do, and you're going to want to contact this person. The last card you have for your future is the Page of Swords. So if you do go to contact this person, I'm seeing, you are going to go through you're already going through a lot of internal stress, because you're going backwards and forwards. Will I talk to them? Will I not? Will I talk to them? Will I not? So if you decide to do that, there's going to be more stress again, because I'm seeing they're going to have their guard up. They're going to be sitting there with their sword up if you come to them, and they're going to say, here's this person from my past. What do they want? What do they want? Are they going to want to open up an old argument? Are they angry? Are they upset? I'm just getting all these weird feelings. I don't know if I want to go back there or not. So they're going to be on their guard for you. So if you do want to come in contact with them, if you do want to come into contact with them again, and you decide to do this, be very gentle. Maybe start off very, very slowly, very gently. See how they act toward that. Maybe just send them a little text, or maybe just speak to them in a kind of a non-confronting way. Do something that's very gentle to start with, because they're going to be really a bit stressed about this. So make it as less stressful for them as you can. If that's what you decide to do, approach them very carefully, approach them very sensitively. That's what I'm seeing in that card, because they've got their sword swinging, they're sitting up and they're saying, help, what am I going to do if this person contacts me? I don't know, what do they want? All of these things are going to go through their head. So just try and lessen the anxiety for this person as much as you can. So Sagittarius, I hope this resonated. As you know, general readings can't always resonate, but again, if you like this reading, please like or subscribe or leave a comment, and thank you so much for watching.